Okay.
Happy birthday, Audrey.
Yeah, happy birthday, Audrey.
It's not your birthday yet,
Right.
but pre-happy birthday.
Okay. So, Dad, what do you tell us about your theory about the universe?
Oh, the universe?
Yeah.
Yeah, just think about my father's theory about it.
Yeah.
He thought, gave a great deal of thought. He thought that there was no such thing as a straight line, that everything curved. And then from that he drew his own inferences. Therefore, the universe was limited because every line had to come back to where it started. And that was his general premise for.
Except the lines that don't.
No, he said there was no such thing as a straight line. Everything curved. And anything curved had to come back to where
Eventually.
it started from.
Yeah.
Well, it was a rationale to it. It's too bad he never had a college education because he was a thinker in his way. And
What do you think about Jonathan?
Johnson's not a thinker.
You're far too charitable.
What he does, he looks around, he picks out what he likes from the world of knowledge and says, this is good, I'm going to use it. And then he says, oh, no, I don't like that, I'm going to try this thing. And he keeps on doing it until he finds something that seems to work. And that's the way your mind works?
Sometimes, yes.
Sometimes,
No,
Why aren't you saying-
No, I would say I'm a master of the obvious. I ask the obvious questions.
Well, that's what Dad's saying, right?
And if things don't work, I say, I don't care what kind of gibberish you're feeding me. It doesn't work. And it
right.
obviously doesn't work.
What do you think of that, Dad?
Well, that's what he does all the time. He looks for he works with different materials. He try to find out if they work. If they don't, you just got. I don't know what you use for criteria. Decide whether it works or doesn't work. That's beyond my comprehension. But don't forget, send me one of your articles. And I'll spend if I spend a month trying to analyze it, I'll spend a month doing it.
I'll send you my article about straight lines.
Yeah, I don't care what it is. In other words, you believe there are straight lines.
I'll make up an article that says
Yeah.
there's straight lines. How's that?
So here's something I want to raise here. Is the universe infinite or does it have a limit?
Well, if it has a limit, that means it's repeated itself. It kind of grows and shrinks and grows and shrinks. It's definitely dynamic. It's not static. And that means we've already had this conversation.
Yeah, repeats itself. That was my father's idea. He said everything repeats itself. Only he worked on the premise that lines curve. And therefore the universe was limited. Therefore all matter was limited. And eventually everything had to repeat itself. Well, he had a rational point. His rationale is no better than yours. But yours is no better than his.
Yeah, I mean, no one knows. So.
Yeah, it's hard to think of the universe as being infinite. You tend to think of open space going on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. I don't know.
Practically forever.
Yeah, forever.
According to me, all electrons are kind of bleeding energy to make me feel all the time. So the whole universe is becoming more and more energy with time.
Yeah, I hear one theory. The universe is constantly expanding. That was one theory.
What do you think, Audrey? Is the universe expanding?
I think we're all networked together. That's what I think. Everything is one big giant network.
Oh,
And then
yeah,
if you
right.
want to find out the way the universe works, just watch how man does things. Because I'm beginning to think that the way man eventually starts creating and doing things is kind of a replica of how the universe was formed.
You have to figure out how
And
man
I've noticed that as we start creating things,
It could be that a lot of effort was made to set a situation up so man could exist. I mean, this is really kind of deliberate.
Well, that's a biblical
A big game.
explanation. That God created the world 6,000 years ago, and
Well, forget the 6,000 years ago.
well, that's what I think that's the biblical explanation.
But it does bring up this question: if there is some deliberate effort to create this sort of unconscious or consciously, does that mean you have to spend all your time worshiping God? Which is, who came up with that idea?
Well, of course.
Is there a God who wants to be worshipped?
Well, the way I look at it, why the hell
What are
should
you
a God?
worshiping me for? I
If
got
there is
better
a-
things to do than worry about your worshiping.
If there is a God, why should he worry about us? We're just little ants living
Kind of
on a
indifferent.
small planet.
kind of an
In a big
indifference.
universe.
We could be a project.
We're a
Why
side
should we
result.
worry about us?
We might be just a side result.
Right, or a project.
Not even a project, maybe just like a side result, unexpected side result.
That side of the world. Well, that's possible.
Well, unexpected,
Right. Unanticipated consequence of the real planet.
right.
Once you're here,
And when you think about it, other aliens might be, ignoring us here on planet Earth because they say, what hell-like planet? There's this planet where the inhabitants eat each other up. And that's how they live, by eating each other up. So, if they're aliens, they say, we're going to stay away from that place. Because if there's other forms in the universe, they might not all exist by eating each
We might be
other.
on some sort of galactic no-go list.
Exactly. What kind of a planet where they eat each other up? That's how they stay alive. This carbon-based units, let's stay away from them.
no, we
The,
know,
the,
we
you
know
know, the
nothing
galaxy's
about
Homeland
the
Defense system prohibits visits to Earth.
Right.
In other words,
The hell zone planet.
you're the man who's up to date in what knowledge we have. From what I hear, you know practically nothing about the universe. It's origin.
Well, I think I'm below practically nothing. Less than nothing. Yeah, exactly. But see, I think that physicists have this arrogance to think that they do know something when they don't know anything. And the stuff they know, they don't know because it's wrong.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
the
it's
interesting
based
part.
on assumptions, false premises.
Yeah, but you can check their premises against data
Yeah, and then find it doesn't
and
hold.
find it doesn't work. But you can show it in their faces, and they'll say, "Oh, well, you just don't understand something." Well, what is it I don't understand? Well, I'm not the guy smart enough to tell you, but there must be somebody out there.
There's one thing that
Maybe there
Galileo did. He did discover that the Earth was not the center of the universe. That was one misconception that he did correct. That we were just a small planet going around the sun. And I understand
The sun's a small star in a place of 100 billion
Yeah,
stars.
and the sun is just another star.